So my name is Spencer Sedano Velasco. So in my country we have so Spencer is my name. Sedano is my father's last name, and Velasco is my mother's last name. So Spencer Sedano Velasco. My Chinese name is Yu Jinghao. My friend helped me choose it because if I want to study here, the university will tell you need to have a Chinese name. So I asked my friend because I didn't want to have a Chinese name that is a little weird or like too boring. I didn't want to. Yeah. So I wanted to have it like a normal Taiwanese Chinese name. Yes. So I'm from Peru. I live in the capital city. So the capital city is very big and very noisy, many cars. There are high buildings. What else can I say about the capital city? It's very different from Taiwan.
Ancient or modern?
I think it's very big. So the capital city is almost the same size as Taiwan. So only the city, that's one city, it's almost the same size as Taiwan. And there are many parts that are completely different. So for example, there's one part, we can say that people don't have a lot of money or people don't have enough money to live comfortable. They don't have a lot of things. But there's another part, which is the middle one, which people can live okay, but not very good. And there's also the rich part, that people are okay. So there are those three parts in the same city. Yes, it's very big.
So which part are you in?
I'm in the middle. I'm 24 years old. In Peru, we speak Spanish, so my mother language is Spanish. And then since I was in elementary school, I study English. So that's why I can speak English now. Most people are good with the basics. Like, hello, how are you? My name is, I am from, like the basics. But if they want to have a deeper conversation would be, I think not so many people can do it. But also depends on where you are. The poor area, they don't speak English. The middle area is like, maybe, they can speak.
Do your parents speak English?
No.
No?
No. Not even my brother. I have an older brother, he also doesn't speak English. So English, to be honest, I didn't want to study English. So in school, I didn't learn much. Like when I was in high school, junior high school, like in school, I didn't learn. So we went to another place, similar to you guys, like prom school. But I went to a language school, we can say, to a language center. So after school, I go there and study 2 more hours, English. It's 3 years. 3 years, you finish, and then you get your certificate, and then yeah. This certificate can help you like to get other jobs, like you can find better jobs with that certificate. So about Chinese, I think it's very interesting story because in Peru, no one speaks Chinese. No one. You go to Peru, you want to say ni hao, no one speaks Chinese. But we have many immigrants from China. In Peru, we don't even know about Taiwan, to be honest. That's the truth, yes. We don't know. I think because it's far. We know China, we know Japan. We know Japan because of Mario and Nintendo Switch and those. Yeah. We don't know much about, or even Asia in general. We don't really know because it's far. English was my dad, my father, yes. Because I said like he's working hard to pay my fee, right, my tuition, and how am I not going to go to study? I say I need to go to study. After 1 year studying English, I say okay, I think I like it, so I'm gonna get better grades, I'm gonna study more, and that's what I did. So that was my motivation first. Good question. I didn't know much about Taiwan. Of course, I knew Taipei. I knew what else? I knew Taipei and Hualien. I'm gonna tell you why I knew Hualien.
Okay.
Because Hualien is far. It's in the east part of Taiwan. It's a lot of grass, a lot of nature, and I knew about this because there's a university there that I had 2 options: going there or coming here. I have Hualien and then Taichung. So I thought, if I get sick in Hualien, maybe there's no hospital. So that's what I thought. And then if I want to see a doctor or something, I need to go to maybe Taipei or I don't know where, maybe Pingdong, I don't know. But it will be too much trouble. Yes, it's hard to get into the government university college.
Go into private college?
It depends. For example, my brother, he went to a government, like national college, public college, and he didn't pay anything. So the whole, we studied 5 years. So our 5 years, my brother didn't pay anything. So it was nice. But there are other colleges that the tuition fee is very high. I think almost all public college in Peru, they are almost free. You just have to pay a little bit, not much. Private, they're very expensive. And Peruvian salary is very low, lower than Taiwan. I think it's 1 month working full time, it would be 9,000 Taiwanese dollars. 1 month working in full time in Peru is 48 hours per week. 48 hours per week. In Taiwan is 40, right?
Yes.
So in Peru is 48 hours per week. So the whole month we only have maybe 10,000 Taiwanese dollars. But in Taiwan, you work full time, you at least get like maybe 27,000, right? Or 30,000, like, which is common now. We don't get much.
Is the price in Peru expensive?
I think
The stuff?
with Taiwan it's similar. It's hard to, if you're renting, if you're paying everything. For example, if you're living alone in Peru with the minimum wage, it's hard to live. Very hard to live. So you have to get something. Like you have to have 2 jobs or get a better job, right? That pays more than the minimum wage. But I think if I get the minimum wage of Taiwan, I think I can live, not very good, but I can live. But in Peru, you live but bad. You live very bad. Yes.
Because I think these 3 languages are like quite most common in Peru.
So sometimes yes about Spanish, because living in Peru, I didn't know that Spanish was popular. I think Spanish is kind of popular because many countries speak Spanish. I don't want to say proud, like I think I'm very humble to be honest. Like I don't like to say, oh I know this, I know that. But I think Spanish is very useful.
You buy a textbook.
When I was in Peru, I studied a little bit. I think I studied like 6 months or 8 months.
By yourself?
I started by myself. I went to Coursera. You know, Coursera is like, it's a website that you can, there are a lot of courses there. So I just went there to the website. There was a Chinese course, but it was Chinese from China. So it was simplified. And I started learning. So that was my first interaction with Chinese. And then I kind of like flashcards. I really like it. I don't know why. But I have this app on my cell phone that is Anki. It's about flashcards. I would like to visit Japan. I think most Taiwanese go to Japan.
Yes.
That's what I think. I saw on the news there were a lot of Taiwanese people going to Japan. But I would like to visit Korea. Junior high school to senior high school, we don't have. There are some schools that have private, some public, but it's not often, not common. But for university, yes. Each university have their own tests. So it's not one for everything. It's if you want to go to this university, you have to study for their exam. So my brother, he studied to prepare for that test. He only studied for that university. So he didn't have much choice, so he just took that test.
But if he failed, did he have other choices or?
So if he failed, maybe the score was not good enough, he can choose for another major, or he can retake it next year. I think it's tough. I don't know how my brother did it. Yes, I think it's very tough. In that time I can't, I think.